So, hello everyone and welcome to Black Mountain Montana. This is Andrew from Border Farm Games. Yes, that's the name of the channel, I got it right. We're up bright and early, and today, for starters, I would like to show you my farm. I promised I'll show you everything. Okay, so as you can see, I'm rocking this nice downtrodden trailer home. Uh, it's really good because it's cheap. Uh, it's stated that it's a starter house, so I decided I go with it. It fits very well to the area. Yeah. Then next one is my little all-rounder, this Mahindra. Do we say it like that? Retriever. Anyway, yeah. So this little ATV thingy. Um, I use it to pedal fuel and all that good stuff. Uh, yes. Moving on. Here's my grain trailer. I also use it to move bales. This is a okay. So how the Germans say it, Strautmann. No, Strautmann. Sorry, it's just an S, so it's an S. Strautmann something something. Sec 802. Yes, that one. Moving on. Uh, Fertilizer, solid fertilizer, seeds. I've got to be careful because these all are unmarked bags, and that could be funny if I would load some seed in the fertilizer by accident or something like that, or even more so the other way around. Yeah. So this is the main workhorse of the farm. You have already seen it in my previous video. This is an international 1055 turbo, I guess. It's either 1055 or 1056. Yes. And then the main attraction, yes. I remember I told I will running small horsepower. Well, except for the combine. Uh, because let me tell you that when I was starting this gameplay, I was considering the international 1068 or 86, whichever that is, yes, the small red one. But I found that it's not that much cheaper, and I already uh, were short of money, so I decided I will go with loan anyway to get a new combine. Um, and I always wanted to have this one ever since the game came out, so I snapped and decided that let's go ahead and let's get dirt poor but have this awesome combine. This is, by the way, the one Americanized version made by custom modding, and I have a small header. It's a 7.7 meter header coming from the Ideal extension pack. If you fancy picking it up for yourself, I'm just saying. Uh, so far, this machine has been running for some 4 hours or so, and I love it very, very much. It works really fine. Now the implement section. This is my first sorry, fertilizer spreader, an Amazon something something. I don't know. Even if it's written, I cannot read because it's dirty. ZAU 1801. Yes, I think that is it. Yes. You have already seen my power harrow. This is the Kuhn something something. And you also have seen my seed drill, which is again an Amazon something something. I have a front loader for any chances that will come handy, especially when I will have animals and the likes. Yeah, they are all placed nice inside the shed, the only shed that I have. Then here is my baler, a very nice New Holland 378. Which is, well, I think it's quite fitting for this farm, and I loved these ones back in 17, so I was quite stoked to have one in this game. Sorry, I just had a sip of tea. So I was really stoked to have this one, and I went for it right away. So because the idea is that it saves me the stacking bales with a tractor or using an auto stacker or something, and I can just lay the bales down the field and then go with that trailer over there and pick them up and throw them in. When that goes on, I usually remove the top lines, the sideboards and all that, um, just simply because throwing the bales, well, you will see it's just comfortable about that height. You cannot see because I don't have the cursor on. I have that mod that removes it. And then this is kind of a mod review that is coming right now, because I just picked this disc harrow up to replace the chisel plow which I was rocking previously. This is a John Deere 220. Looks really nice. So far all that I know is that yes, it looks nice and the log is clear, which is quite important for me. I like when the log is clear. Yeah, so this is where I can fix up my machines, do some makeovers or anything like that if I need. My farm silo, yeah. Both this and the stable is coming from the modding Welt US farm pack or something like that is the name. You can find them around over the internet if you look around. Yeah, so currently this is what I'm running. My future plan is to have a few more machines which can be really helpful. The next one I would like to get is either a larger trailer, because this one is just way too small for my combine, and maybe another tractor. I have my eyes set on a possible candidate for my second tractor. I won't tell you what it is just right now, but if we are realistic, seriously, the trailer is the next thing to get, because then I can convert it over to be completely a bale transporting trailer, and that would be really nice. Yeah. Anyway, let's get cracking. Today I have two jobs in mind. One of them is quickly fertilizing my two fields that are planted. I just need to move the combine to do that. And then I already hinted at me ploughing over fields 9 and 10 with the potato and the sugar beet, because oh, farm accident right away, there you go, because I cannot use them reasonably right now. They would just take away money from me, and if we go this reality documentary style, then you know, taking away money is what Andrew cannot afford right now, but will he prevail against all odds? See you next time. Nah, just joking, not next time, you will see it right away. Okay, stop it. Out with you. And go for the tractor. Fire this bad boy up. I already have the GPS, not GPS, guidance steering on. Cool. Yep. I think I go with some lights, just to avoid hitting a deer or something. Uh, Speaking of which, I may remember incorrectly, but I may not. But wasn't there any talk of wild animals being in game other than birds? Because don't get me wrong, it's pretty cool that finally we have some crows in the fields and all that, but maybe some deers running through here or there. I don't know. That would have been nice, but uh, I think this is again a place where this game is a place where the dreams go to die, and we never have those. Maybe in 21 or in 23, if there ever will be a farming simulator 23 out of it. Was doing well. Now we should be all fine. Yes, we're all good. Yeah, it it works like that for whatever reason, that we start at the very edge of the field, um, wasting away some of the fertilizer. Anyway, this is one of the two jobs that I have for today, and this is the one I think would bore you to death. So I think I will sort it out pretty quickly, like this. It's magic! And it works, as I usually say to the kids at school when I do something which they find really cool, or just like, how did you know that, or something like that, like, how did you know my name? That's pretty much a central question, as I started this year in my current position, and all the kids were new for me. Seriously, I knew not a single student in the school where I got this year, and I had some trouble with names. I think as I grow older, I get more and more awful with learning names. Uh, Back in the day, when I started with scouting, I was really good at learning the names of new kids, and now I'm not that good. Also, probably back in the day, I had to learn like 10 or 12 kids at a time. Now it's like in this school, it's like 400 guys. So seriously. Now anyway, and sometimes I surprise them with I know their name from for one reason or another, that is not them introducing themselves to me, and then it comes, how do you know my name? Haha, I know your name, I have power over you now. Yeah, I say things like that to kids, and uh, they know I'm joking, so it's fine. um, anyway, the fertilizing is done, so very soon we move over to ploughing. Now if you look at the top right corner, you can see that there is a rain in the weather forecast, which I'm not really happy about. As well, yeah, it's pretty good for the fertilizer, as it will wash it in the soil. But on the other hand, it's not the most ideal for plowing. So I really hope that we can uh, be done with that way before it starts coming down. Let's hope all will be fine. And then again, it pretty much makes my day useless, or at least the rest of the day. I mean the in-game day, of course. Um, so I don't know. And this is really the second time that it happens to me on this particular gameplay, because it was the case before that. I had to skip an entire day and do nothing. I wanted to do that. Yeah. So, and that was a day when I wanted to harvest the crops too, so I had to miss out a complete day and just uh, sitting, fiddling with my fingers. It's not a good stuff. So, let's see. Yeah, it's got a fancy hitching animation. You gotta love that one. Before that, when I started the gameplay or this save file, I had a John Deere 1600 chisel plow, which I found a bit unrealistic for this machine because that was uh, rated at a 120 horsepower requirement, which is fine in terms of this tractor having 135, I think, but the 10 meters working with was not something I thought would be really cool. Let's have a quick look if it does the magic in terms of soil composition. I don't see just yet. I don't know. Shouldn't that eliminate fertilization, or does it count fertilization that I'm plowing in the crops that are in the field? Uh, I have no idea. Last time I lied that I'm experienced with the game. I'm not. I'm totally not. There is so many gray areas about which I have no idea. And I'm not the experimenting type of guys, so I have no idea what happens now, and I don't like this feeling. I'm sort of a completionist when it comes to doing things like that. And that makes me unhappy, this uncertainty. Let's check this thingabob one more time. Oh, okay. At least this part shows that it's plowed if you watch it carefully. Anyway, while I'm keep going, I can turn that way. It's not enough space. So let me lead you to the thought process which led me to do this, which I am absolutely not happy about. So I considered leasing equipment to harvest these fine crops, but then I looked at the prices and decided that I most probably come out with loss, because seriously, the leasing cost for the self-propelled potato harvester machine is some 25 grand initially, and then adds some money every hour you use it. So I think you're already short 30 grand when you go for it, and then it's the same with the sugar beet harvester, because the smallest self-propelled one is going at like 20 grand, yeah, 90 grand and something, and then you don't have a header yet. To that you need, you need a separate header to that, which is again some money. So I decided it's even if I can sell these crops at the best price, it may be not so good, to put it lightly. And then again, if You say, but Andrew, you can go for something towed by a tractor. Yeah, that's fine. But then again, it comes to the fact that I should lease a tractor to use those. Because for starters, those need a top remover, or what's the name of that thingy-bob that is going on the front of the tractor, and this one, as you can watch it carefully, doesn't have a front hitch. um, I mean, it's an American farm, and front hitches are not really popular or well spread in America. I mean, I have no idea if they were more of a thing there, they would be popular, but I know for a fact that currently it's very rare in the USA to have front hitch on tractors. Uh, so this one doesn't have one, and I should lease one that has a front hitch, and probably it's not even strong enough for for doing that. And then again, if I'm going to harvest root crops, I figured I should lease another thing, a bigger trailer as well, because let's be honest, a 12,000 liters big trailer is really nothing when it comes to root crops. If you consider uh, the capacity of the grain tank of, or what is it, of those self-propelled machines, uh, that that would be real fun. Like, I fill up the grain tank once, and I can empty it 3 times before I can go again. Yeah, so I decided the cheapest solution for now is to plow these in, and cut losses seriously, because that is the name of the game here right now. Also, I would like to point out that this field is quite stupidly shaped, if you can say that. With this triangle shape going on, and who knows, next to a fence, uh, it's just even worse. Anyway, it is what it is. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. I feel that although this harrow is set to be rated at 100 horsepower, I feel that the tractor is on the struggle bus with it, but not too much. I mean, uh, it was yanking around the other one without a problem, the 10-meter wide, even though, as I mentioned earlier, it required 120 horsepowers. But that's probably because these are really flat lands. The interesting areas are in the mountains. I may take you there next time, just for fun. Have a joyride with the Mahindra in the rain. Ain't that nice? Romantic and all that. You know, this is what really grinds my gears. When you end up with a small triangle of crops like this at the end, and you spend more time turning around than actually doing work. Uh, okay, so let's pretend that never happened. It's just between you and me, guys. I think, yeah, I think I will plow in those edges around the field because I want um, seamless grassland. As I said, I will plant this with grass. What should, yeah, Z? No, not that. Ah, yeah, there we go. Yay! Stealing land from ourselves. No, it's really uh, joking. I mean, I'm not a hardcore player, as you can see. Oh yeah, like I keep driving my machines to trees and stuff like that. But not in that respect, or not just in that respect. I'm absolutely a casual player. It's like a huge joyride for me. But uh, I've seen that another guy on YouTube uh, plowed in some offlands back in or some headlands back in 17 um, to increase the useful farmland, and then in the comments uh, there were things like, "You're a cheater, you shouldn't do that, you should use the fields as they are meant, you're not a hardcore player," and all that. I mean, come on, it's literally something that is in the game. You have to push a button and it has a default button to do that, and it's cheating. Don't be ridiculous, guys. uh, Seriously, if you feel that you are that guy, then stop being that guy. Almost done with this one. You hear? It's like this bad boy is eating away all the power that my tractor has to offer. Okay, so we ended up with something completely unprofessional, but this is what we want. I mean, not the unprofessional aspect, but the outcome. So, at the end of the day, you can call me a happy camper for that. Excuse me. I'm only my second video in, and I'm barfing away and all that. Also, please excuse me if I sometimes croaking away like an old frog, but first off, I have this sort of teacher illness going on where I am constantly uh, in a state of sore throat and out of voice and all that. Uh, oh, it's on. Great. And also, it's like the, the 8th of May, or yes, when I'm recording this one. And seriously, right now here in Hungary we have a weather that we usually have in mid-November. So everybody is surprised, including me. And seriously, I was literally freezing in the school on Monday because the weather was really great at the end of April, and then we objected that, oh come on, why is central heating still on? It's it's absolutely hot. It's steaming inside here, and so the school board went, oh yeah, okay, we turn off heating, and then they did so, and then this cold weather came, and now we're going, we're freezing over. Can we turn back the heating on? Yeah, we can. So since Tuesday we have heating. It's all nice, but the damage is done. I caught a little bit of cold. Yeah. Life is funny. Alright. So, more or less this is how far we want to go with plowing it in. I think that I'm coming from that angle because why not? I can do that. Nobody's telling me not to do. Except when you do that in the comment. What are you doing, you frigging idiot? And you have all right to say so, but please be nice about it. I take constructive criticism really well, but I tend to avoid outright haters. Simply because I'm too busy dealing with them. This is really, really struggling. Come on. I'm not saying it's not cool though. It's pretty cool. One of the new things I love about this edition of the game is that oh, I need that one a bit. That the machine noises are following the actual level of struggle and the stress that is put on them. It's not always the same machine noise anymore. I mean, all in all, I think this game turned out to be really good. There are small things that are annoying, small things that are just that are just there, but all in all, it's getting there. Also, I find that converting over mods is really, really a cakewalk with this one. I remember back in 17 I tried my hands at converting over, a set of combines, but that was something really. And I think um, I was working on them uh, for for half a year or so. I did everything to patch them up as much as I can, and I still never really was satisfied with the outcome. However, I have converted over to tractors for this one already, and well, the first time it was a bit time consuming and there was a learning curve to it, but the second time it was really like, I don't know, 4 hours altogether with but that included building up the XML file of the mod from ground up. Really, I I I worked over everything in the world uh, to look like the XML file of an in-game machine. So uh, that really was the reason why it took so long. Also, doing lights is just simply awesome. I mean, if you watch this one carefully, you can see that I have the front lights on the bottom. It's not made by me, so this has okay. Let's talk like that. This has these two lights on the bottom, and if you watch carefully, the original lights are on top. And really, what the guy who brought it over did was slapping these two headlights on, and then it was it was done. And you really need to add only one line in the XML to make it work. So it's easy if you do it this way. Uh, and it looks extremely well. I mean, these lights are looking absolutely fantastic compared to earlier games. Also, I like that many things are much more reasonable, like the code around attacher joints. So the hitches and all that was a nightmare back in 17, and now it's much clearer and much more well organized. With the eyes of an English teacher. uh, this time around I have to give Giants an A for their their writing skills. Also, I like that there are so many things that are now default settings in the game, like uh, we have these ground physics to some extent. uh, I know that's really good. And even though I don't play with weeds on, I I have the ploughing on. I mean, sometimes I need to plow my fields, and I need lime on, and it's just great fun to do some extra chores. No, that came out wrong. I mean, uh, as I have more and more hours in these games, I find that I enjoy that they make you run the extra circles, and that gives you the sense that really farming is a struggle, not just a joy in real life, or at least I imagine. I used to teach in a small village where I knew some actual farmers among the parents, and well, let me say they weren't uh, old enough to be as withered as they were. Uh, so I guess it's not a funny thing. But we take it as fun. Also, excuse me because maybe this time around the camera movement was again a bit bouncy, but keeping things together with this plow and everything wasn't easy for me. And these were really short turns because these two fields are in the size range that I like to call useless. That's one of the reasons I'm plowing them over and want to plant them with grass. This way at least I can put placeables on them. So I think we can say that it's pretty much done. So thank you for hanging around. Uh, Please feel free to comment, like, and I think it's safe to say I'm here to stay, so you may as well subscribe if you like what I do, or you may save it for another day, I don't mind. Anyway, thanks for hanging around. Bye.